this video is asking, this question is asking us to do function composition with 3 functions, and the rest in the section are based around doing 2. But if you understand 2, it's just a little extra work, but it's not any more difficult. So it says if f of x equals x to the 4th plus 6, g of x equals x minus 8, and h of x equals the square root of x, what is f of g of h of x? And you'll notice it says on the bottom you do not need to simplify your answer. So when we do this, we're just going to have some really messy looking thing, but we're going to leave it like that. All right, so we know with function composition, we put the inside one on the outside, outside one. All right, so what we can do for a second is just kind of pretend f isn't here. What if we had to do g of h of x? Well, if you prefer to write with parentheses instead of the circle, that's fine. So we have g of h of x, and h of x is the square root of x. Right, so we take the inside, we plug in what square root of x is, h of x is, which is the square root of x. And what this is telling us, right, is everywhere in g of x we see x, we replace it with square root of x. So we have g of x, which is x minus 8, and we get square root of x minus 8. Right, just be careful here because we are only replacing x with the square root of x. The minus 8 is not going to go inside the square root. It looks just like this. All right, we kind of did the 2 inside. So now if we want to do all 3 of them, f of g of h of x, well, it's like f of g of h of x. We can replace it, all the circles with parentheses. And then the nice thing about breaking this down into 2 steps is the inside is what we just, that's not how you spell inside. The inside is what we just figured out in the first part. It's the square root of x minus 8. So we got f of the square root of x minus 8. And just break it down into what this means. We take our function f of x, we replace x with the square root of x minus 8 in f of x. F of x is x to the 4th plus 6. So instead of x to the 4th, we got square root of x minus 8 to the 4th, then plus 6. And this is not something you want to try to multiply out or do anything with. That's just our answer. So you can do it all at once, but I like to do the 2 inside ones like I did, and then it tells you how to plug in the last one. If you try to do all 3 at once, it could feel overwhelming, and it doesn't, as you see, it doesn't take too long to just break it down into the 2 parts.